Welcome, friends. This is a more or less a midnight review of House of X #1. I decided to be festive. I guess I do work next to a different comic shop now, but the previous job I can go in at 9 and wander in. This job, I try to be there at around 9, so I can't really go to the comic shop for the new comics and stuff. And I decided to be festive, and I went at midnight and grabbed House of X #1. I actually did the variant thing. That's the midnight release variant. So I picked that up. That is Humberto Ramos, I believe. And then this is the connecting variant. This one is Mark Brooks. So I'll be grabbing all the connecting variants. If you watch my channel, you know I sort of like that when they connect. I've never ever put them on a wall, but I imagine one day doing that, I guess, for these connecting types. Some I like better than others. But yeah, so that's the cover. So House of X, it came out. There's been a lot of hype. Jonathan Hickman coming in on it, the guy that's revamped stuff in the past. His East to West is good. I'm only 2 trades into that. And I've actually not... I should probably go find Volume 3. It's been a good 2, 3, 4 months since I've read that. But now he's focusing on X-Men. And they made it a big deal. X-Men revamps, it seems like every couple of years, but this time it looks like they're just going to stick with a guy no matter what. He's going to be there at least a couple of years. Basically, the X-Men were like Browns coaches and Browns quarterbacks. So we just never stick with one. Well, quarterbacks, they ended up sucking, but coaches, they never just stick with one. You got to can't keep doing a new system. They're going to stick with it now. And in my preview, when that preview book came out and I did a preview video, I mentioned, all this hype and the art just felt so normal. I'd like to retract that statement, because all I really got was in the preview, you basically got that page, and the art's fine. It was even fine then. I guess that's pretty, but it's supposed to be like this. This could be a lot nicer, but it's supposed to be like a mutant habitat or a mutant country, its own island, But I'm reading through it now. I'm intrigued. I can be honest and say that the people that have been complaining most about X-Men, that they would probably read this, and I'd imagine the majority of them would try to have a good attitude towards it, because who knows what'll happen. It's only 33 or so pages. But, I think it could still fall off the cliff for them. For me, it's really cool that it's just completely changing and completely being new. And I'm so curious to see if we're going to stay on this island, if this is really the new thing, this country that Xavier's doing. And by the way, Xavier is freaking me the F out. For one, look at this. I mean, that's it's like Batman Who Laughs with Cerebro on his head, like the little dance. Batman Who Laughs, I was dumb to say that. Where else did he freak me out? Something he said over here is just was too much for me. His smile. So good job, Pepe Larraz, for drawing a little bit of a freaky dude here. I mean, I just don't trust Xavier right now, and he's only gotten 3 or 4 panels. So very terrifying. Wolverine smiling. I mean, whatever Xavier did, it made Wolverine smile. So that's pretty good. And then this sets up a whole bunch of things that, at least for me, get me massively interested. It pulls in from classic Hickman stories like Genosha, and we're introduced to a looks like a space station near Mercury, and obviously this is a spoiler alert thing. I don't normally give summaries. I talk about the actual comic and some topic, but we're going to talk about what's going on here plot wise, because that's really the focus for everyone. But some kind of space station out there. Looks like they're building a Sentinel. So there's a lot of throwback stuff, a lot of background, so a lot of design. My page count, I got to 33. I didn't count pages like this, even though they are pertinent to the story. It's about the drugs that Xavier has developed that can help humans, and then he gives them for free if they just recognize the country. Cyclops is a little bit weird, I know Cyclops has gone through some dark phases, especially when something's going on with Jean, and but he's normally like the cop, and Fantastic Four have a little bit of a cameo here. They stop Sabretooth, and Cyclops is ready to take him. He's like all in on the cult, and it really has that feel. I hate to say it because the last 5 months of X-Men have been throwaway. They knew it was going away, so Age of X-Men felt sort of like what this feels like, this utopia feeling, but something's wrong. Now, Age of X-Men, it was a little bit on the nose. It was completely obvious, and X-Man, or Nate Gray, I should say, at the beginning of the Uncanny run, was clearly the antagonist. He's trying to make a better world. Clearly the antagonist. This feels the same way, and smiles like this don't make me think differently. Like, is this it's not some Onslaught stuff. I don't know. That looks like Cerebro with Wi-Fi. Doesn't need a room anymore, cell phone technology. Cerebro was a whole room in the 80s, right? Now you can wear it on your head. I don't know if that's Cerebro. I don't really even know. I've not read X-Men, so I don't even know if that's the first appearance of that wacky helmet there. Professor X walking around. So this isn't a throwback at all. In fact, it feels completely new. It feels almost like Bendis is doing an Ultimate X-Men or something. Like that, this is just a different world and a different way to look at it. But supposedly it's not. I will go and say that, hey, it feels really fresh. It really does feel like something important is coming along. The cover price is $5.99. But on the strictest of count, there's 33 pages. If you count those design pages, there's more like 36 to 38. So you're looking at about, I think it was 18, 19 cents a page. That's about normal. So it is by page about what you'd pay for a regular $3.99 book that's ranked 24 pages or so. So value's good in there. Story is engaging. The art is actually really beautiful. You can even see the color there, the sunlight, it's a pretty basic interior art, right? But just everything has a good feel. Not a whole bunch of action, just that Mystique Fantastic Four a little bit. A lot of explaining, but it's the first issue and we're just getting started. And now we know all this interesting and new stuff, and whether Hickman, I don't think anyone's expecting Hickman to fail just because of his track record, but pass or fail for me, what's happening here is very interesting, and I'm excited to continue reading it, and they're going to have, I'm going to go ahead and do Powers of 10 and this, so they're going to have those issues to draw me into the 5 books that are releasing, whose covers should have everyone in an uproar, so very excited, very good book. A little, if I'm just reviewing a single issue, a little heavy on the exposition, on the setup for what we're doing and what Xavier is. But a lot of questions, a lot of things that you really want to see how they're going to pan out. And a few of these people feel like they're in a cult. That's probably the main thing right there is are we in a cult now? And that's gonna really affect how I feel about this later on. But I'm on for the ride. So let me know what you guys think of it. If you read it, if you haven't read it, you could still let me know. Hydra Comics will probably go down there and go bah. But other of you I know have read it, so I'm really curious what you guys think. Let's just get on for let's take the ride. You guys have a great day. Thank you for watching this.